Good evening and welcome to the Miss Smith Presents YouTube channel. I am Miss Smith. I am so pleased to present this concert tonight. Ceej Waters, in her debut concert, is raising money for the Autism Self-Advocacy Network. Please go to my website, www.misssmithpresents.com, and you will find a link there that will send you to ASAN's website directly, and you can donate directly to ASAN. If you choose to go that route, there will be a little thing to select that says in honor of someone. Please put in honor of Ceej Waters, and that way we can track how many donations came in from this evening. A little bit of housekeeping. So we're in Salem, and we are live right now. Sometimes there's wind. Sometimes a cloud passes over. Who knows what happens? If for some reason the live stream should hiccup, or your little wheel starts spinning, just hold on. We're gonna try and stay with this stream as long as we possibly can. You might also, if that happens to you, you might also try to just refresh your browser because sometimes it might be on your end, just saying. But if for some reason we get disconnected completely, just hold on for a second and stay on this channel, Miss Smith Presents. If you subscribe to my YouTube channel, first of all, you will be able to participate in the live chat that is happening now. I promise you people, the chat window is the place to be. It is very cool for the performer to go after the fact and see who is there, receive messages. Right now, if you want to say what your name is and where you are watching, that would be really great, geographically, how you're tuning in right now. And so if you have subscribed to this channel, you will get a notification that says, Miss Smith is live now, and you just click that and it will take you right to the live stream. You can also go to my website if you happen to get lost, but it will send you to what you're watching right now. So, you know, we're going to accept donations to however you want to get them to me to get to ASAN. If you want to Venmo, my Venmo is my full name, at Stephanie Lynn Smith. That's STEPHANILYNNE Smith. If you Venmo me tonight or whenever this happens and just put a little memo that says Ceej Waters to ASAN, I will be sure and get it to them. If you want to mail a check, old school, please go ahead and email me, misssmithpresents@gmail.com. And I will accept anything, cash, pirate gold, however you want to get money to me to get to ASAN. So go ahead and email me if you have any questions about that at all. Okay, I think I said everything that I want to say. I am just so pleased. I'm really, really proud and pleased. How long have we been working together?
At least 3 years.
At least 3 years. And Ceej came to me and said, this performance thing, this singing thing, I'd like to try. And we started with one song, and then we built to 2 and 3. And Ceej is going to talk to you about her experience, you know, as a writer also. She's just been a really wonderful part of my studio and a really fantastic person to work with. So in honor of her 30th birthday, this is Noble Maiden Fair, 7 centuries and 3 decades of majesty. Please welcome to the carpet, to my channel, Ceej Waters.
That I will go to, the distance in your eyes. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. of every waking hour. I'm choosing my confessions, trying to keep an eye on you, like a hurt, lost and blinded fool. Oh no, I've said too much. I set it up. Consider this, the hint of the century. Consider this, the slip that brought me to my knees. Failed. What if all these fantasies keep flailing around? Now I've said too much. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. But that was just a dream. That was just a dream. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, trying to keep up with you, and I don't know if I can do it. Oh no, I've said too much. I haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you try. But that was just a dream. Try, cry, why try? That was just a dream. Just a dream. Just a dream. Dream. Thank you, everyone, for coming to celebrate my 30th birthday with me. I've worked hard to get to this point, and I'm really happy to be sharing the results of time well spent. Today, we are also celebrating an organization that stands for a great many things that are important to me. The Autistic Self-Advocacy Network is a group run by and for autistic people. They promote the voices of autistic people in policymaking, nurture an inclusive culture in the community, and empower autistic people across the world. I ask that you give generously to this wonderful cause. My first song was Losing My Religion by R.E.M. That song was released about a month after I was born, in the first quarter of 1991. It was also the first song I brought to Stephanie when I was beginning this journey. R.E.M.'s music has been a constant soundtrack to my life since before I was born, and the choice to start there was simple. I had a pretty unusual childhood, all things considered. I wouldn't have it any other way. One of the biggest oddities, I think, is that I never went to school. I was homeschooled until I entered community college at the age of 16. It was around then that I figured out that I don't quite fit in with most people. Through my college years, I sometimes found myself relating more to Alice when she fell into Wonderland than I did to most people around me. Then again, as the Cheshire Cat said, in that direction lives a hatter, and in that direction lives a March hare. Visit either one you like. They're both mad. I grew up seeing things a little differently, appearing, disappearing, hardly innocent, nor tied down to the ground. I learned to roll and tumble with the punches, glory in my stripes and spots, walk by invisible and never make a sound. But heavy is the crown that's always hidden, tender is the heart you never see. Hard and fast shines the grin that we flash, but there's a vulnerable stripe or two on me. Maybe any place I wide wonderland is not for me, my friend. If I leave my grin behind, remind me that we're all mad here, and it's okay. Sun up, sundown, the shadows hide me down in Wonderland, Wonderland. Nobody knows the way, but if you find it in your dreams, you can find it at your day job, somewhere south of hell. Take the path to left or right with just your gut to guide you. The story is not for anyone else to tell. Go down the rabbit hole and out the other side. You can't go home in the middle of the magic carpet ride. You've got to greet the sun before his lovely daughter moon. You can't forsake the journey for the safety of your room until you learn your lesson well. I have learned to see and hear everybody loud and clear, but the truth comes down in riddles that are safe enough to share. And that's how it is in songs you see, and stripes always looked good on me, whether or not I'm really there. Smile hangs in the air. Heavy is the burden of the wise ones when no one understands a word they say. The Jabberwock never bothered anyone, but nobody believes him to this day. Hey, and why should they? If I leave my grin behind, remind me that we're all mad here, and it's okay. Sun up, sundown, the shadows find me out in Wonderland, Wonderland. Nobody knows the way, but if you find it in your dreams, you can find it at your day job, somewhere south of hell. Take the path to left or right with just your gut to guide you. The story is not for anyone else to tell. Go down the rabbit hole and out the other side. Can't go home in the middle of the magic carpet ride. You've got to greet the sun before his lovely daughter moon. You can't forsake the journey for the safety of your room until you learn your lesson well. Learn your lesson well. Was it the stripes or the spots you see? Was it hearts or diamonds, baby, brought you here to me? Darling, you know better than to trust a pack of cards. What have we learned? The world is never as mad as it could be. Never as mad as it could be. If I leave my grin behind, remind me that we're all mad here, and it's okay, I promise. If I leave my grin behind, remind me that we're all mad here, and it's okay.
Why do I not believe you?
If I leave my grin behind, remind me that we're all mad here, and it's okay. If I leave my grin behind, remind me that we're all mad here, and it's okay. All of that is to say that the proper order of things is often a mystery to me. Other than my non-standard upbringing, there is another reason I see the world a little differently. I was diagnosed as being on the autism spectrum in my early 20s. As I learned about autism, looking back on my life, it made a lot of things make a whole lot of sense. Finally, I had a reason to help me understand why I do some of the things that I do. I chose today's beneficiary in part because they had resources for me when I was newly diagnosed. They were one of the only ones at the time, in fact, that had anything at all aimed at autistic adults. There were resources everywhere for parents of autistic children, support groups and how-tos and tips and tricks on dealing with an autistic kid, but very little for the end products of that parenting. When I found the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, ASAN for short, I found a plethora of information. Just their About Autism page gave me more knowledge than the rest of my research combined. There was also a grouping of links to different articles and blogs written by actual autistic people, people like me. Simple information can go such a long way. Information that is to the point and reflective of differences instead of deficits, which is more than can be said for the mainstream understanding of autism. For example, you might know that autistic people have a hard time making eye contact. You might also know, broadly speaking, that autistic people have trouble socializing, trouble communicating, trouble learning, and often disrupt daily life with repetitive behaviors and an inability to understand other people's feelings. That autism causes people to cling to plans and routines so fiercely that they can't cope with changes. That autism itself is a problem that needs solving, a disease to be cured, ostensibly by people that do not have autism. The Autistic Self-Advocacy Network does not share that viewpoint, and neither do I. I can't say that I see the way I think as a problem to be solved, much less by someone who does not understand how I think or what I need. Autistic people need to be supported in the way we already think and act and feel, not told to behave in a different way that makes non-autistic people more comfortable, so that we become less of a problem for other people. The inability for non-autistic people to understand what and how we communicate does not mean we are the ones with deficits, yet we are the ones considered disabled and told we must change and conform. For instance, a lot of the things that are intuitive to you, a non-autistic person, I had to go out of my way to learn. Your body language is something I have actively studied to understand and mimic, just so I can be seen as a functioning human being. A weird one, yes, but a functioning one. To me, you're the weird ones, putting so much importance into things like where my arms are positioned when I'm talking to you. Did you know that having your arms crossed is a sign of defensiveness or hostility? I do it because it's comfortable. I have to be careful when and how I choose to be comfortable, lest the people around me think I am upset. Another example, for some reason, making eye contact is extremely important for non-autistic people in our culture, and it's seen as a problem if you don't look someone in the eye. Prior to delving into the links provided by ASAN, it never occurred to me that I have the option not to make eye contact, because it is so entrenched as a rule in our culture. I cannot actually explain to you the difference that made for me. ASAN opened a world where I could allow myself to stop working so hard to make everyone else comfortable. They handed me the tools to begin allowing myself to be myself. ASAN's slogan is nothing about us without us, insisting that autistic people be the ones who lead our own ways through a world that does not seem interested in listening. Learning to empower myself as an autistic person and enforce that there is nothing wrong with me is an ongoing journey that started at ASAN. Please support them tonight so that they can continue being that resource for other people learning those same lessons. Speaking of oddities, I'm sure many of you saw the tagline to this show and found it odd, peculiar, intriguing. 7 centuries and 30 years of majesty. What on earth does that mean? Allow me to explain. I come from a long, long line of Scottish nobility. One line of my pedigree can be traced back to Robert the Bruce, who led Scotland in the First War of Independence against England and was crowned King of Scots in 1306. I'm also descended from Robert II and Robert III. The point is, no matter how weird my brain can cause me to seem, my bones never forgot that nobility. Voijen van grew up, I needed to not only figure out how I fit into the world, but how the world fits me. I grew up in a fairly anti-religious household, and my best friend was raised Christian. You can imagine the difficult conversations that erupted in our teen years while we both worked to find what fit us. Turns out, what fits me is, fittingly, pretty non-standard.
Rhiannon rings like a bell through the night, and wouldn't you love to love her? Takes to the sky like a bird in flight, and who will be her lover? All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? She is like a cat in the dark, and then she is the darkness. She rules her life like a fine skylark, and when the sky is starless. All your life you've never seen a woman taken by the wind. Would you stay if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? Will you ever win? Taken by the sky. Taken by the sky. Dreams unwind, love's a state of mind. 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 Raven hair and ruby lips, sparks fly from her fingertips. Echoed voices in the night. She's a restless spirit on an endless flight. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Ooh, witchy woman, she got the moon in her eyes. She held me spellbound in the night, dancing shadows and firelight. Crazy laughter in another room, and she drove herself to madness with a silver spoon. Ooh, witchy woman, see how high she flies. Ooh, witchy woman, she got the moon in her eyes. Oh, oh, I know you wanna love her. Let me tell you, brother, she's been sleeping in the devil's bed. And there's some rumors going round, someone's underground. She can rock you in the nighttime till your skin turns
witchcraft itself is a secular practice. No deity is required in the making of a witch's brew. But that's not how it worked out for me. Turns out I had a certain somebody just waiting for me to notice him. When I did, the shift that the world took gave me a new way to look at everything.
Mississippi, in the middle of a dry spell. Jimmy Rogers on the Victrola pie. Mama's dancing with baby on her shoulder. Sun is setting like molasses in the sky. The boy could sing, knew how to move everything. Always wanted more. He'd leave you longing for, black velvet and that little boy's smile, black velvet and that slow southern style, a new religion that'll bring you to your knees, black velvet if you please. Up in Memphis, the music's like a heat wave, white lightning bound to drive you wild. Mama's baby's in the heart of every schoolgirl. Love me tender, leaves him crying in the eyes. The way he moved, it was a sin, so sweet and true. Always wanted more. Hey, leave you longing for black velvet and that little boy's smile, black velvet with that slow southern style, a new religion that'll bring you to your knees, black velvet if you please. Every word of every song that he sang was for you. In a flash, he was gone. It happened so soon. What could you do? Black velvet and that little boy's smile, black velvet and that slow southern style, a new religion that'll bring you to your knees, black velvet if you please, black velvet and that little boy's smile, black velvet and that slow southern style, a new religion that'll bring you to your knees, black velvet, if you please. If you please. If you please. If you please.
I often liken my religious experiences to being married to Bugs Bunny. Working with the trickster himself isn't easy. He is the boundary pusher, the border crosser, always with a toe out of line and a plan in the hand you can't see. He is the embodiment of questioning the status quo. He brings laughter and chaos wherever he goes. Among other things, cultures around the world credit him with giving the gifts of fire and sunlight to humanity, after he stole them from the gods. He is Loki and Hermes and Coyote and Raven and Crow and Maui. Okay.
I see what's happening, yeah. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. You don't even know how you feel. It's adorable. Well, it's nice to see that humans never change. Open your eyes, let's begin.
Yes, it's really me, it's Maui, breathe it in.
I know it's a lot, the hair, the bod, when you're staring at a demigod. But what can I say except you're welcome for the tides, the sun, the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. I'm just an ordinary demiguy. What has two thumbs and pulled up the sky while you were waddling yay high this guy? When the nights got cold, who stole you fire from down below? You're looking at him, yo. Oh, also I lassoed the sun. You're welcome to stretch your days and bring you fun. Also I harness the breeze. You're welcome to fill your sails and shake your trees. So what can I say except you're welcome for the islands I pulled from the sea? There's no need to pray, it's okay, you're welcome. I guess it's just my way of being me. You're welcome, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, kid, honestly I can go on and on. I can explain every natural phenomenon. The tide, the grass, the ground, that was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel, I buried his guts, sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What is the takeaway? Don't mess with Maui when he's on a breakaway. The tapestry here on my skin has a map of the victories I win. Look where I've been, I make everything happen. Look at that mini me Maui just tippity-tapping. Ha, 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 ha. Hey, well anyway, let me say you're welcome for the wonderful world you know. There's no need to pray, it's okay, you're welcome. Well, come to think of it, I gotta go. Hey, it's your day to say you're welcome, 'cause I'm gonna need that boat. I'm sailing away, away, you're welcome, 'cause Maui can do everything but float. You're welcome, you're welcome, and thank you. He's a tramp, but they love him. Breaks a new heart every day. He's a tramp, they adore him, and I only hope he'll stay that way. He's a tramp, he's a scoundrel, he's a rounder, he's a cat.
Bow wow.
He's a tramp, but I love him. Yes, even I have got it pretty bad. You can never tell when he'll show up. He gives you plenty of trouble. I guess he's just a no-camp pup, but I wish that he would double. He's a tramp, he's a rover, and there's nothing more to say. If he's a tramp, he's a good one, and I wish that I could travel his way. 1 minute I'm in Central Park, then I'm down on Delancey Street. From the Bowery to St. Mark's, there's a syncopated beat. Ooh, I'm streetwise, I can improvise. Ooh, I'm street smart, I've got New York City heart. Why should I worry? Why should I care? I may not have a dime, but I got streets of welfare. Why should I worry? Why should I care? It's a big population, and I got streets of welfare. What I do is what I say on certain place or Broadway. What I am is what I know in Harlem or Soho, even in Grand Central Station. It's all big population. Ooh. Why should I worry? Why should I care? I may not have a dime, but I got streets of welfare. Why should I worry? Why should I care? It's a big population, and I got streets of welfare. The rhythm of the city, oh, once you get it down, yeah, you can own this town. You can wear the crown. Why should I worry? Tell me, why should I care? I may not have a dime, but I got streets of welfare. Why should I worry? Why should I care? It's a big population, and I got streets of welfare.
Everything goes, everything gets.
They loved me at the Chelsea, they adore me at the Ritz.
Why should I worry? Why should I care? And even when I cross that line, I got streets of welfare.
Yes. All right. This is the point where Ceej is going to go take a tiny little break and drink some water. I want to remind everyone we are in the middle of a benefit live stream. We are raising money for ASAN, the Autism Self-Advocacy Network. You can go to my website, misssmithpresents.com. That's MISS, misssmithpresents.com. You will find a link directly to ASAN's website, and we just ask whenever you donate, if you would please put that it is in honor of Ceej Waters so that we can track how much money came in from this live stream in particular. And any way that you want to get money to ASAN through me, you can email me at misssmithpresents@gmail.com, Venmo me. It's my full name, Stephanie Lynn Smith. My middle name has an E because my mother wanted to complicate matters. I mean, she wanted to give me a graceful middle name. Pirate gold, checks, anything that you would like to send our way, I will get that to ASAN. Absolutely. Okay, now I get to read a segment now called Autism Speaks is Bad, Highlights. For those of you that don't know, Autism Speaks is an organization. I was made aware of it. It's very much in the mainstream media. You know, people like Tommy Hilfiger, support Autism Speaks, Autism Speaks, Autism Speaks. I'm like, Well, the autism community is letting us know that Autism Speaks is considered a hate group to them, to the autism community. So I really want to take a second here and educate you, all of us, anyone that is watching this. So this is called Autism Speaks is Bad Highlights. Okay, great. Autism Speaks looks really great on the surface, but turn a slightly critical eye toward what they actually stand for, and you will begin seeing problems at once. Only last year did they remove the search for a cure from their mission statement. A cure so that other people can act less weird. They still focus heavily on finding the causes of autism, ergo learning if there's a way to prevent it or searching for a cure. Their mission statement includes the line, "We advocate with and for the collective autism community." Let's have a little golf clap. The autism, advocating for a community you aren't part of makes it pretty hard for the people in the community to be heard. So it's telling autistic people that they aren't good enough to advocate for themselves, that people on the outside need to, have the say in what's going to be best for everybody here. Autism Speaks uses their platform to paint autistic people as mysterious, troubled, and shocking. And folks, this is how I was raised. Not from my family per se, from society. I was raised with, autistic people are troubled, it's a problem. Not until I met actual autistic people and found how spectacular and wonderful they are, just as other humans are, right? Just so pleased to have someone as creative and wonderful as Ceej speaking to us from her experience this evening. So Autism Speaks caters to the fear in parents of children with autism, especially those who are newly diagnosed, likening it to a tragedy. Their own toolkit for these parents walks them through the 5 stages of grief as though their child was diagnosed with something terminal instead of a neurological difference that causes their minds to work in an atypical way. Their new slogan is "Kindness Counts." I don't have the energy for another golf clap. As though they're saying, look, we know we're being criticized for shady things, but we're doing it out of kindness, so it's fine. Oh, and also for the love of God, no, vaccines do not cause autism. Even Autism Speaks knows that. So now I'm going to bring Ceej back so I can heckle her for a moment. I love that intro.
I will now have Miss Smith read some quotes that are things that have actually been said to me. And this time I have the rebuttals that I wish I would have had when they were said to me then.
Oh yeah, I prefer to be alone too.
That's your concept of autism? Uh-huh. Do you also have panic attacks in the middle of aquariums because there are too many children making noise? Because I have. This little guy's the only reason I got through it.
Well, everyone's a little bit autistic.
You're right. Everyone is a little bit autistic, in the same way that everyone's a little bit Canadian. Which is to say, it doesn't work like that. Nationality doesn't work like that, and neither does neurology.
Oh, have you tried this diet? It really helped a friend's son.
I have a diet for you to try too. It's really high in cyanide. It'll do you wonders.
I didn't know there was anything wrong with you.
Bless your heart. There isn't.
Wow. I never would have thought you were autistic. You look so normal.
What exactly does an autistic person look like to you? That's not the compliment you think it is. You have no idea how hard I have to work on a daily basis to have every one of you think I'm normal. Fooling all of you is exhausting. The famous line that goes around is that if you meet one autistic person, you've met one autistic person. Autism has its hallmarks, of course, but it's going to look and feel a little different for everyone. There's no one way to be autistic. Some of us need a lot of help navigating our day-to-day lives. Some of us only need a little bit of help. Sometimes that amount of help changes depending on the day and from time to time in general. A lot of the time, people think we need more help than we actually do because we're being held to standards that make no sense to us or are actively harmful. The world is against us in this way and then blames us for not conforming. It is not my fault that the definitions of unusual or irritating behavior were made by people that do not care about how I think. I've always felt it was very important for me to be open about my autism. I am in some ways a walking mythbuster. I work a very challenging, full-time job. I'm able to catch most sarcasm and idioms. I can speak clearly. I learn most academic topics remarkably quickly. I can blend into nearly every social circle I might put myself in after watching for a few minutes, like some kind of anthropologist chameleon. In other ways, I fit the profile impeccably. I can't go outside at the dog park or inside of a busy Petco because the sound of multiple dogs barking sends me into a panic. It often takes me days to work up the courage and energy to make a phone call. It feels like bugs are crawling up my arms and gnawing on my chest when I peel oranges, and going the wrong way up a grocery store aisle makes me feel like my skin is going to fall off and go jump into the abyss. I turn the lights off at work sometimes so I can think more clearly. When I am talking to you, no matter what it might look like, I am not looking you in the eye. I'm looking at your nose. When I was little, I would often chew on my hair or the collars of my shirts. I have vivid memories of sitting, playing a game on my Windows 95 PC while gnawing absently on my clothing. I know now that is what is called a stim, which is most simply defined as moving the same way over and over again. It's why autistic people are known for hand flapping or rocking back and forth. It's one of the ways that our brains regulate and reset, and it's not always something we can control. I take a lot of things very literally. If you ask me to write a couple sentences on a topic, I will write precisely 2 sentences on that topic because a couple means 2. My understanding of rules is often extremely rigid, up to and including that certain rules are not always rigid, which is a bizarrely black and white way of seeing shades of gray. But that's what makes sense to my brain. I used to have what I call a severe short circuit in my brain-to-mouth connection, where I would just stop talking in the middle of sentences because my thoughts had gone too far for my speech to catch up, or I just stopped having thoughts at all. That still happens. I can just deal with it a little bit better now. I also have an amazing attention to detail, especially in the written word. One of my superpowers is seeing situations from different perspectives. I'm able to tune my hearing into specific things when I want or need to, which is a wonderful skill to have in a career that I consider professional eavesdropping as part of the job description. This is who I am. Of the many things I am a storyteller at heart. I have specifically curated this next set to tell the story of a young woman's aspirations. Enjoy.
Welcome to your life. There's no turning back. Even while we sleep, we will find you acting on your best behavior, turning your back on Mother Nature. Everybody wants to rule the world. It's my own design. It's my own remorse. Help me to decide. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. Nothing ever lasts forever. Everybody wants to rule the world. There's a room where the light won't find you, holding hands while the walls come tumbling down. When they do, I'll be right behind you. So glad we've almost made it. So sad they had to fade it. Everybody wants to rule the world. Everybody wants to rule the world. Sick of all these people talking, sick of all this noise, tired of all these cameras flashing, sick of being poised. Now my neck is open wide, begging for a fist around it, already choking on my pride, so there's no use crying about it. On your stay, on your stay, on your stay, on your stay. I'm headed straight for the castle. They wanna make me their queen. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying that I probably shouldn't be so mean. I'm headed straight for the castle. They've got the kingdom locked up. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying I should probably keep my pretty mouth shut. Straight for the castle. All these minutes passing, sick of feeling used. If you wanna break these walls down, you're gonna get bruised. Now my neck is open wide, begging for a fist around it, already choking on my pride, so there's no use crying about it. On your stay, on your stay, on your stay, on your. I'm headed straight for the castle. They wanna make me their queen. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying that I probably shouldn't be so mean. I'm headed straight for the castle. They've got the kingdom locked up. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying I should probably keep my pretty mouth shut. Straight for the castle. There's no use crying about it. 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 I'm headed straight for the castle. They wanna make me their queen. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying that I probably shouldn't be so mean. I'm headed straight for the castle. They've got the kingdom locked up. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying I should probably keep my pretty mouth shut. Straight for the castle. They they want to make me their queen. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying that I probably shouldn't be so mean. I'm headed straight for the castle. They've got the kingdom locked up. And there's an old man sitting on the throne there saying I should probably keep my pretty mouth shut. Straight for the castle.
Don't fret, precious, I'm here. Step away from the window and go back to sleep. Lay your head down, child. I won't let the boogeyman come. I'm counting bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. Pay no mind to the rabble, head down, go to sleep, to the rhythm of the war drums. Pay no mind to what other people say. They don't care about you like I do. Just stay with me, safe and ignorant. Lay your head down, child. I won't let the boogeyman come. Count the bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. Pay no mind to the rabble, head down, go to sleep to the rhythm of the war drums. I'll be the one to protect you from your enemies and all your demons. I'll be the one to protect you from a will to survive and a voice of reason. I'll be the one to protect you from your enemies and your choices. Son, one and the same, I must isolate you. Isolate and save you from yourself. Swaying to the rhythm of the New World Order and counting bodies like sheep to the rhythm of the war drums. The boogeymen are coming, son, so keep your head down. Go to sleep to the rhythm of the war drums. Stay with me. Just stay with me. I'll hold you and protect you from the other ones, the evil ones. They don't love you, son. Go back to sleep. Hush, child, the darkness will rise from the deep and carry you down into sleep. Child, the darkness will rise from the deep and carry you down. Guile, son, I'll shape your belief, and you'll always know that your father's a thief, and you won't understand the cause of your grief, but you'll always follow the voices beneath that sing loyalty, 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 loyalty only to me. Son, your spirit will hate her, that flower who married my brother, the traitor, and you will expose his puppet behavior, for you are the proof of how we betrayed her. Loyalty, 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 loyalty only to me. Child, the darkness will rise from the deep and carry you down into sleep. Child, the darkness will rise from the deep and carry you down into sleep. Guile, son, each day you grow older, each moment I'm watching my vengeance unfold. For the child of my body, flesh of my soul, will die in returning birthright. Hey, stole! Hush,
the darkness will rise from the deep end, carry you down into sleep. Child, the darkness will rise from the deep end, carry you down into sleep. She sits in a corner, singing herself to sleep, wrapped in all of the promises that no one seems to keep. She no longer cries to herself, no tears left to wash away, just diaries of empty pages, feelings gone astray. But she will sing till everything burns, while everyone screams, burning their lies, burning my dreams. All of this hate and all of this pain, I'll burn it all down as my anger reigns till everything burns. Walking through life unnoticed, knowing that no one cares, too consumed in their masquerade, no one sees her there. And still she sings till everything burns, while everyone screams, burning their lies, burning my dreams. All of this hate and all of this pain, I'll burn it all down as my anger reigns till everything burns. Everything burns, watching it all fade away. Everyone screams, watching it all fade away, while everyone screams, burning their lies, burning my dreams. All of this hate and all of this pain, I'll burn it all down as my anger reigns till everything burns. Everything burns, everything burns, watching it all fade away. Everyone screams, watching it all fade away.
Thank you all. I'm very interested to know what everyone took away from that story. So if you feel like sharing in chat or private message, please do so. I believe that stories rely on the audience as much as the author. And one of the things I actively work on in my life is learning to understand the social link between how other people perceive me and the things that I do. One of the ways my autism manifests is the difficulty understanding that link between what I'm doing and what I'm actually trying to communicate. I often struggle with the practice of arranging my face, vocal tone, and body language into a shape that matches what's happening around me, at least according to other people. On that note, I'd like to take this opportunity to remind you of tonight's beneficiary, the Autistic Self-Advocacy Network. If you have interest in supporting the ability for autistic people to champion our own way through life, and you should, please do give what you're comfortable giving. When non-autistic people make decisions about how the world treats autistic people without autistic input, those decisions are usually unhelpful at best and can actively make life harder for us. ASAN works to prevent that by connecting people with local officials, providing educational resources, reaffirming that we have the right to make our own decisions, and lobbying for more inclusive and accurate portrayal of autistic people in policy and media alike. Nothing about us without us. We are almost done here tonight, and after all that heaviness, I would like to offer a nice song that is nearly 100 years old. We've chosen this song just because it's pretty.
My desert is waiting. Dear, come there with me. I'm longing to teach you love's sweet melody. I'll sing a dream song to you, painting a picture for two. Blue heaven and you and I, and sand kissing a moonlit sky, the desert breeze whispering a lullaby, only stars above you to see. I love you. Oh, give me that night divine, and let my arms in yours entwine. The desert song calling its voice enthralling will make you mine. Blue heaven and you and I, and sand kissing a moonlit sky, the desert breeze whispering a lullaby, only stars above you to see. I love you. Oh, give me that night divine, and let my arms in yours entwine. The desert song calling its voice enthralling will make you mine.
I want to thank everyone again for attending and bearing witness to this celebration. In my 30 years of life, it is one of the things I am most proud of. Other things on that list include my career, which is a challenging one for non-autistic people, let alone someone with my neurology. I've been a nurse for 10 years, and 7 of that has been spent working with the population that's culturally labeled criminally insane. Shout out to my unit, by the way, and especially to the people who couldn't make it to the live stream because they're busy ensuring the safety of our patients. Stay safe yourselves, and I'll see you next week. My writing also makes the list. Among other things, I participate in a yearly challenge every November known as National Novel Writing Month, with a goal to write 50,000 words of a new novel in 30 days or less. Of the 5 years I have participated, I've won 3 times. One of those times was here in this very studio during a celebration of creativity that Miss Smith hosted. That's well over 150,000 words across 3 wildly different stories. I stand here as a singer, a nurse, a writer, a witch, a partner, a storyteller, a student, a teacher, and an autistic woman. I will leave you with this message to the universe, a commitment to moving forward towards a better world and a better life, regardless of what's in the way. Thank you.
stand my ground, won't be turned around, and I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one life in a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground. Hey, baby, there ain't no easy way out. Hey, I will stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
Yes. Yes. Good job.
Hey, Miss Smith.
Yeah.
Miss Smith, can we do the thing?
What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Are you kidding me? I'm so tired. It's Friday.
Too bad.
Only because it's you and it's your birthday, and I conveniently have it in the folder right here. Where's Aaron McGrath?
I am the very model of a modern major general. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, and I quote the fights historical, from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very well acquainted too with matters mathematical. I understand equations both as simple and quadratical. About binomial theorem I am teeming with a lot of news, with many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. With many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse. Many cheerful facts about the square of the hypotenuse.
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and animalculous. In short, it matches vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
Still it matches vegetable, animal, and mineral. She is the very model of a modern major general.
I know a mythic history, King Arthur's into paradox. I answer hard acrostics, I've a pretty taste for paradox. Quoted elegiacs, all the crimes of Heliogabalus. And conics, I can flow peculiarities, parabolas. I can tell undoubted Raphaels from Jared Dowson's Orphanies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. And I can hum a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. And whistle all the airs from that infernal notes it's pinafore.
And whistle all the airs from that infernal notes it's pinafore. And whistle all the airs from that infernal notes it's pinafore. And whistle all the airs from that infernal notes it's pinafore.
Then I can write a washing bill in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Craticus's uniform. In short, it matches vegetable, animal, and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
But still it matches vegetable, animal, and mineral. She is the very model of a modern major general.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell its sight a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm more wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learned what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery, in short, when I've a smattering of elemental strategy. You'll say a better Major General has never sighted you.
You'll say a Major General has never met a... Say a better Major General has never sighted you. You'll say a better strategy.
For my military knowledge, though I'm plucky and adventurous, has only been brought down to the beginning of this century. But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, I am the very model of a modern Major General.
But still in matters vegetable, animal, and mineral, she is the very model of a modern Major General. Oh my gosh. Ceej Waters. Woo, she made me work for that. I hope you enjoyed that concert. I certainly enjoyed playing it and being here. I love my studio and everyone that's in it. If you look behind me, this altar is special things, meaningful things to everyone, different people in the studio, and Ceej definitely has a couple of items up here. It's pretty cool to walk with her on this journey. Congratulations. Please do go to my website and donate as generously as you possibly can to ASAN, a worthy organization on this Autism Awareness Day. MissSmithPresents.com. My YouTube channel rocks. I just want to say that. I got some stuff here. So I'm really proud of all of my people. I have people active in the Oregon area. That wasn't right to say. Oregon is a state. That would be the Willamette Valley. My joke is I'm from Texas. I only know us. So we also have a lot of people in the Bay Area, and you will see a lot of different programming doing great work to raise awareness and money for different organizations. Do check out the channel. Sometimes I just put some shows on and put them on the background just to hear my people sing because they're great. We have some great upcoming programming in May. May the 1st, the Reverend Dr. Aurora Sherman is back for Love Wins 5. This one is called Hold Fast to Dreams. She's going to be singing a program of Black female composers, and we are raising money for the National Association to Advance Black Birth. Once again, that will be on Saturday, May 1st at 4 p.m. on this channel. The following weekend, Mother's Day weekend, the show is called Mother Knows Best. Soon to be mother Corey Elliott Jinks is going to have her debut concert to benefit Northwest Housing Alternatives. I've been working with Corey, trying to get her to do her own solo show, and she was like, oh, I don't know, live stream, I think I'm going to wait till we're in person. Then she got pregnant, and I said, hey, want to do something? And she was like, I'm into it. Now I'm into it. So we get to experience her, and I'm super excited for both of those concerts to happen. I think that's all that I have to say. I'm just so pleased and proud with Ceej this evening, and for all the people that are tuning in. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful weekend. Welcome to spring. There is mayhem in the air, and it's all delightful and brings change. Don't forget, change can be uncomfortable. Just hang on for the ride, people. Hang on for the ride, okay? So, signing off, Stephanie Lynn Smith in my phenomenal studio, and happy birthday to Ceej Waters. Good evening and have a great night, everyone. Thank you.